welcome to Life Sunny Lee. And it has been a busy week. We went to church on Sunday and then we went out to eat and then came home and I actually fell asleep for a while before I took care of the animals. But the rest of the week, I've actually been able to spend most of the week at home. My husband's been at the apartment doing work in it, trying to get it all straightened up so we can move Douglas in. And I stayed home and I've been working in the house. And I made quite a few changes and did a lot of cleaning. In the, I'm going to call this the cardio room. That's what I'm going to call it. Why not? It's where I got my treadmill, my rowing machine, and the stationary bicycle. It's supposed to be in here, but it's not. Okay, this is what I did. I originally had the treadmill facing that window, and I moved it so it's this way now. It allows me to look out this window and actually to see the TV while working out. The other way I had it, I could never see out the back window to see if anybody was coming into the drive. So now I keep track of everything that's around me, and I didn't use the treadmill much because I'd have to step over the rowing machine to get to it. Well, now I can just walk right up to the treadmill and I can use it. And I got my fridge. I moved it over so that I have room to work. And then I cleaned out here on the balcony. I got the area rug down, and I got the cushion on the swing, and I moved the exercise bike out here because this bike is really getting pretty old and it makes a lot of noise when you use it. So I figured out here it's not going to bother anybody with the noise. And behind that is the firewood for the fireplace. And I have my fountain, which I don't have going right now. I had to open up the butterfly thing because I had wasp in it, which is a problem. And I still haven't got the plants planted up here. I need to plant them before the summer's up. But anyway, the balcony is ready to be seated, that you can sit on, you can work out, and you can enjoy the cottage garden out there. Now, moving that treadmill was not easy. It's supposed to be able to move it quickly on wheels and stuff. It doesn't move on wheels on carpet. Nope, not at all. But anyway, it's done. And I now have a little bit more room in here. And hopefully I'll be able to find some time to work out. And then I finished cleaning the master closet, got it done. It's completely done. And I made some changes in the bedroom. So I got some other things I want to change in there yet, but it's pretty good so far. Okay, I did make a few changes in this room. I changed out the curtains to white, or they're kind of pale blue. Put the African over the chair. Just make it a little bit more colorful. Did the same thing here. Put the white curtains, light blue curtains. And didn't do much over here. I changed the dream catcher over here. Put the horses there. And put the other dream catcher over here. And I redid the bed a little bit with more pillows and stuff. So hopefully this warms up the room a little bit, makes it more inviting. There's still a few things I want to do. I like to replace that lamp. It's broken at the bottom. I like to get that lamp replaced. I like to replace that lamp. And I like to get a fake flower for over in that corner where he's got his stuff at. Hopefully that will help bounce out things a little bit better. So, hopefully this room looks a little bit neater. On Friday, it rained a little, so one afternoon it was a little bit cooler. The sun wasn't out right away, so I weeded all around the pond and all around the front here, so I don't have to worry about her eating the weeds so much. I still have to work on this tree and take down the dead part. Have to get this and trim it up. But I got all the weeds taken care of here. And that's my pile of weeds from this area. And then, since it had rained, and I could finally pull the tall weeds that were in with the others, I got around and got that weeded. So this is all weeded. I still have to cut the irises back and the daylilies back and take out the dead part of the crepe myrtle. See, I missed a poison ivy. There's a lot of poison ivy in here, so hopefully I don't get poison ivy. I triple gloved before I started on this with latex at the next to my skin, and then another pair of knit gloves, and then a pair of vinyl gloves on top of that. And then when I went in, I washed up with cold water using poison ivy soap. It's supposed to kill this poison ivy. So, the oil. So I did that, and that's the pile from that over there, plus the pile also from this area. I decided to redo this completely. I took all the weeds out. I'm moving the tiles towards the center a little bit so you can see them. They're not underneath the plants like they are on this side. You see how they're hidden by the plant? So I got this side to move out this way yet. And I'm going to move this block here up to there. And then I'm going to put a stepping stone pattern around here yet. Haven't decided if I'm going to leave the stone or if I'm going to put a moss, or if I'm going to put, thinking about maybe even putting a mat underneath of the swing set area itself, or an outdoor rug. But that type of mat I think would do better. And then as a backdrop, so no one can sneak up on you, and also add some color, I put in, I moved my bottle tree over this away, and then I put 2 hanging pots, impatiens and petunias. I'm not doing too good. I'm gonna put some impatiens in there yet. And then I gotta finish putting the bottle tree down to the ground. I can only hammer so long and I get tired. So I gotta finish putting that in the ground before I can put the bottles back on. And I may actually take the bottles in and run them through the dishwasher or something. I don't know. They're pretty dirty. And I had a wasp come out of one of them, so I really need to clean them up before I put them back up. But that is going to be it for today, I think. And like I said, I'm going to have to get some stepping stones for here. And then my swing itself, I may have to scrub down and get all that moss off of it and then repaint it. But otherwise, it's going to be more inviting to set at. So I think I'm going to be pleased with it when it's done. And besides, you'll be able to see the but the mosaic stones that I worked so hard on. Some of them need to be repaired. They've been out here for a long time. And some of the stones are starting to come off. So that was not a big deal. It's just finding them and putting them, gluing them back in. So that's no big deal. So needless to say, I've been quite busy on Friday afternoon, and I'm gonna take a break and then come back and hammer some more. On Saturday, Bill helped me take the old dead crepe myrtle, and they were completely dead. We checked them, and we left the new sprouts. I left all the sprouts. I know I prefer to have only 3 to 7, but I left them all. Going to leave them this summer until next winter, and then until winter, and then next summer I'll take out the weak ones and just leave the strong ones. But right now I'm going to leave them all because I don't know what killed them last year. And I don't want to take a chance of not having any at all. So we're just going to leave this like this year. So we took those out. Then we came over here. And we did the same thing to this one. Now this one had a slow start to begin with. Every year it would do what I get this. It would bloom, and then the winter it would die down, and then spring I would have this again. But 2 years ago it actually turned into a tree, and I thought it was going to make it. It didn't. So now I've got this again, which is fine. Actually, I prefer this height compared to what it was before. And then this one. If you remember correctly, that one at the top that you see with the dead stuff at the top, I can't get up there right now to trim that off. I'm going to try with a post saw, but it's a little hot today and I've got other things to do, so we're letting that go for right now. That's the only one of all of them that showed any signs of life, so I left it. Left everything at the bottom, same as I did with the other ones. We're going to leave them this winter, and whichever ones turn out to be the best, next summer I'll take out the ones I don't want. And then I started working over here in this area. I moved the one stone that was here, I moved up to there. I was going to move all these, but it's nicely evenly spaced, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this the way they are. Maybe next year I would put something up to keep that sedan from going over the path. It's fine up at the top there. That one didn't grow as much, but this one, for some reason, it flattened out in the center and everything went to the side. So I'm going to try to make a cage or something for it next year so that it kind of stays upright. And I planted some impatiens over there in that bare hole. And going to find a wire brush and brush that swing completely down and wash it and get all the stuff off of it, and going to repaint it for winter. And we're going to go to the store later on today, get more of these type of blocks, and I'm going to make a path to the swing and around. And I'm thinking, hopefully, if I can find just the right outdoor rug to put underneath that swing, it would be perfect. I'm hoping to find that. So that is where I'm at, and that's what I'm doing on my Saturday.